taking that fall on that rink. And a quick note to President Biden. That is how we're outside the 10 a.m.
Greetings. Oh, Ed, do you have something to say? Yes, I do. Here's Johnny. Thank you very much, buddy. Well, hello there, social media family. Being any subscribers and our visitors alike who are affiliated or associated with and are representing my own YouTube social media channel and are likewise chat room or comment section. Being as you are of any subscribers and our visitors alike who are one and the same or one and many. One and the same. Did I say one and the same? Dad, when I say one and the same, I'm saying for how many you are. Being one mind to, show your allegiance to or who are affiliated and associated with and representing my own YouTube social media channel and likewise chat room and comment section to be, affiliated, associated with and representing it being some as such. And do disregard or ignore any interruptions to the present social media broadcast as we have it, of video content. And as you all know, as well as I do, or anybody else, that the devil is busy, and so are his demons, but may God still be in the blessing business with his angels for whoever is asking in prayer. But first and foremost, for the most important blessing being of his salvation. And moving right along. Yes. Then hopefully you all are doing at least okay, if not better yet, to be said and unstated for the record. All right. Not best of all ways, it could be put like this here, where any could claim that one is feeling blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, and too blessed to possibly become a beast stressed. You and yours, your family, friends, hopefully me and mine likewise as well, all the same. And anyway, though, I guess it has been, a pretty much so. Yeah, Debbie. Although I myself have seen better, but then nevertheless, I have seen worse. All the same, that he said, stay for the record. But then I have something like a week or so to, get to the necessary business at hand, regardless of how the devil and his demons, through some or anybody, everybody, native from damn hell and whoever else, that matter, could possibly attempt to throw a monkey wrench in the program. Then of which is to get my house in order, so far as house cleaning chores in preparation of, a housing inspection, so that I won't possibly become or be out of doors, for that matter, as in, kick to the curb and become one of the likes of the rank and file of the dairy and the trenches as the homeless persons. And then this one main neighbor from down here of a local poop butt pissant drug pusher of a black male individual person, but character with his creepy collie and faggoty demon possessed self, and as he represents less manhood than much more familiar average faggot cocksucker could really be upon the prowl then and there, as he himself continues to assume that he has a legit personal vendetta or grudge match against my person. I have never done or said anything to him to warrant and or justify all of this here unwelcome focus of his attentions upon me, for how he himself goes about daily and or nightly attempting to harass, intimidate, and persecute or terrorize and traumatize or bully me, other than having complained to the management about his late night evening criminal activities, as he himself would go in and out of one apartment. Go in and out. Well, hopefully he's not going in and out of my apartment. But what I mean to say, Prince P continued to regulate my mind to how the Prince of Darkness took the freedom suite, although I do suspect him of likewise, or worse of all, illegal criminal trespass. But anyway, getting back to what I was about to say, or as I backtrack here with no purpose again, so I can go into following to continue from when my person had last left off, so I can finish up as a completed form previous prior. I thought in that same similar sources were. And as he himself be going in and out of one or two back doors to buildings, what I meant to say more than another or other one, and namely mainly or mostly the one next to my apartment door, and causes me to lose sleep and wake up late and start my day off late for that matter. And eventually I would have to complain to the management about it, as in state my grievances to the real estate administrative representative personnel, in other words, or whatever I was said, then of course, now he would be, affecting me personally that much more if he himself is attempting to throw a monkey wrench in my own program, a plan for personal survival, especially if I'm trying to do the right thing, compared to how he himself wants to waste his life, and be attempting to come off like, one of those otherwise citizens and foreigners, of the rank and file of the criminal elements, attempting to bring others down with the likes of them, as they would be scoping, stalking, vamping, or scoping, stalking, and preying upon much rather than get to pray with some such others, being a law-abiding American citizen or foreigners, And so ever since then, he himself has been thinking in his rather twisted, warped, wicked mindset that, he has some kind of legit excuse for picking at me, for attempting to make my life a living damn hell upon a daily and nightly basis, from following me as in stalking my person, follow me into the business office of the management of, real estate administrative representative personnel, and then attempting to flip the script and make it seem like he's the victim, telling them that I'm making him feel uncomfortable, to, to that, worse yet, sitting on the stoop outside the building in the dead of night, attempting to spook me as if I had got to become a hermit, and sounding threatening, mouthing off verbal sentiments of threats against my person, whereas I'm having to call the police on him at that given time, to him running down the sidewalk, whereas I'm trying to get to the train station across the street from the building here where we live and reside as tenants or fellow neighbors, whereas he himself is just a couple few apartment doors down from that of my own, same floor level in the building here. And whereas he is running down the sidewalk outside the building, come up behind me, he waits till I leave the building to pull that crap. And whereas he himself had one hand in his coat jacket pocket, like he's packing heat, whereas I'm having to take a detour from there and catch a bus route, much rather instead a bus route than the train route I was thinking about catching, for the train station right across the street from the building here, to him at one time or another, as I'm coming back from a hospital facility, regardless of whether it was public or private, after I was feeling sick as a dog and had to pay a visit to one for the Vicentiary neighborhood community to try to get some service to be treated for whatever symptoms of a medical issue of a physical nature. And whereas I'm feeling sick as a dog, and whereas I'm coming back to the building, he's in the front entrance, exit way of the building, whereas I'm having to take a detour and do a U-turn and try to enter in from the back of the building. And here it is, he's coming in practically, possibly right behind me. Well, practically is all up on me. I barely got into my apartment, whereas he come through the very same back door to the building. He'd been one or two that he goes in and out of more often or more regularly, more than the other one, as I was saying or stating for the record much earlier. And then the one that's next to my apartment door, in which he has something, stuck between the door and the border, being because the lock mechanism is messed up for that one compared to the other one. You can come and go as easily as you please with no problem, with none whatsoever, because the lock mechanism is okay for that one. And whereas I barely got into my apartment, whereas, and I'm like saying, say for that, and whereas I closed and locked my door, and he's standing outside my apartment door, yelling, screaming, sound like a bitch, Excuse my apartment friend for that last minute. I'm afraid it sound like a woman, practically, throwing a temper tantrum, like a 2-year-old child, for a grown adult male person of a man, pitching a what, misbehaving like he himself is practically, if not possibly, is attempting to kick in my apartment door, and where my cell phone was about to die at that given moment in time. And fortunately for me, I had received a blessing with I had placed a call to the local law enforcement community as an alert the boys in blue, or members of some such department, of the police, so that officers or cops could show up to address the issue of he himself continuing to daily and nightly harass, intimidate, persecute, or terrorize and traumatize the bully. Well, sometimes he'll do it daily and nightly, sometimes he'll do it every other day or every night, and then sometimes he'll do it every now and then, but usually it's either from every other day or night to every day and every night or day and night, in some kind of way. And whereas after I put, and all the while I'm placing the emergency tail call to the police, I'm at the same time recharging my cell phone to the most recent, well, one of the most recent, yeah. He rode his bicycle up on me, damn near hit me with his bike, at some such given moment in time, not that this is supposed to be the original subject matter, type of discussion to be debated, of giving argument in different views and opinions to be affiliated, associated with, and representing thereof, but rather just what you call an icebreaker before I were to get to the original one. And whereas I had to call the police on him that time, damn near hit me with his bicycle bike. And whereas I knew he did it on purpose, being because he didn't bother to say excuse me, he was just a few inches from in back of me, and then a couple of inches from the side of me, because he rode a bike in back of me, and then rode along the side of me, and got the now verbal threats, so I called the police on that time. To him, most recently, thinking to ride my way on his bicycle, whereas I'm trying to take a detour, so I called the police on him for that as well. And now where she's attempting to be quiet as a church mouse. So how much more do I have to be alert? The only reason why he's attempting to be quiet as a church mouse is that now he has even more of a paper trail against him. But then every time the police would show up, he put on an act like he's the boy next door that any woman would want to take home the mom, before he would go back to you a bad boy self of character. Though he hadn't gone back to being more obvious as before. But then usually before then he would play the part of possum behind his apartment door until one time or another, as I had gone about taking this bit in hand after I called the police, and police is already on the same floor level of the building. He's coming into the building as they're already there, so he couldn't play possum because before then he would be behind his apartment door, but this time he's coming in the building while I'm already on the same floor level. His apartment is just a couple few doors down from mine on the same floor level, and they witnessed him coming into the building. They spoke to him there, So now they just knock on his apartment door, and they know he's present. Then how he'd be attempting to play possum. And so much for that conversation. Moving right along. And whereas the present social media broadcast video content, has addressed the issue of how two street punks, in a public library of Vicente area neighborhood community branch, for giving an address. I'm not going to mention the address location unless I want this main president, public use of problem neighbor from down here, or local drug pushing poop butt pissant, who represents less manhood and much more familiar faggot with his creepy collar and faggoty self, be stalking me there, and as I suspect, himself is not only one of my crank callers, but one of my stalkers now. I suspect he'd be moonlighting as a crank caller and a stalker against me. So I went to this one public library. And here it is, whereas I'm on a computer. Sometimes I use their computers. Sometimes I use that on my own personal laptop computer, and get the free Wi-Fi all the same. And there's a difference. If you use their computers, you only have 2 library sessions of 60 minutes a piece, an hour a piece. And then you have to go back the next day, the next following day to get back on the computer. But if you use your own personal laptop computer, you could have as many sessions as you like with that free Wi-Fi. I was saying getting free Wi-Fi from them. As if, or be you using their computers or your own personal laptop computer. And here it is, I'm hearing a commotion, come from these 2 guys that felt they may as well been blackmails, cutting up, Yeah. And I'm like, what the? It was one Hispanic guy and one white guy, And I had thought to intervene, trying to, calm down the situation. But then when I put 2 and 2 together, it's like they had it all planned, Like they're attempting to, get something going, scheming and scamming, so that from there, once they were to get an argument started, they can attempt to validate a reason or purpose for picking at another guy or fella to attempt to make it physical, as they could be on a robbery tip, attempting to rob somebody blind, But then security guards had got involved, and not to mention the police, the regular boys in blue. So that squashed all that action. Their plans come to nothing. But I'm like saying, how in the world you gonna? Because for a minute there, I thought that the Hispanic guy of a non-white male was picking at the white guy. Turned out they homies. Either they homies or they're a couple of gay guys in a gay relationship. I mean, one never knows. But anyway, though, one minute they like at each other's throat. Barking at each other like mad dogs, foaming at the mouth of razors. And then the very minute I intervene, all of a sudden, all the hostility or hatred they have for each other at that given moment in time, they directed it against my person instead. They united to come against me, as if I'm the problem, Like I'm like supposed to be coming to the sister of trying to help the white guy, thinking that the Hispanic guy is acting foul, and then he like saying, he's calling me out my name, racist, And where did that come from? Because I'm like saying, man, chill out, dude. I mean, the white guy, why is you like comes to him like that? Blah, blah, blah. Well, so I'm paraphrasing, not for exactly. He said, what you talking about? Like, this my homie, man. Chill out, man. Racist? Like, what? What you? Like you were one of them Eminem white boys, Why you coming to him like that, man? Man, stay out of our business, man. What you got to do? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the? I slept that one big time. It's too hot for all that. And that kind of rocked my world for the day and got me to thinking about my present main neighbor from down here being of a scheming, scamming, shifty-eyed, creepy, cowly, faggoty, black male drug pusher neighbor from down here. So that's why I was bothered with for the day. But then if you haven't gotten Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, accept him as he is. That is his free gift of salvation so that you won't end up in the lake of fire damn hell.